Hi, and welcome to my presentation on the 3 community influencers that I've been following the past week and a half. The first one is Jessie Irwin. Jessie is an influencer in the education technology field. She posts anything about education technology, computers, hacking, coding, anything along those lines. So I would interact with Jessie by replying to one of her tweets on Twitter. After going through her social media pages, which both included Twitter and a blog, Twitter is her most used platform. So to begin this conversation, I would find some relevant article that had to do with the community that she belongs to. I would find something about education technology, coding, new computer platforms that are coming out, maybe new software, and then tweet that at her or pose a question to her in order to get her to answer and communicate. So the following are 5 Twitter tweets that I came up with that I know that would start a conversation between Jessie and myself. I know this because after looking at her blog posts and Twitter feed, all of these different points have come up in one way or the other, so I know that there will still be some conversation there. So the first one is, I know you are skeptical with ISO 8. Do you think it will ever be safe? Where do you see EdTech going in the next few years? Any EdTech web seminars you recommend? How secure are our accounts online? After reading a post, I'm skeptical. And finally, how can we protect students from internet hacking? So I would suggest that she posts on her blog more frequently. As I said before, the Twitter is the most used platform for her, and the blog is lacking. There's blog posts maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe even sometimes once a month. By her posting on her blog more interesting and educational articles like she does right now, she can increase that interaction and secure her influence within the community. The next one I will talk to you about is one of my favorite community influencers that I have found to date, Melvin. Melvin is the founder of Travel Dudes, which is a website that will provide tips, tools, ideas, and suggestions about traveling. Travel Dudes has a Google Plus account, a Facebook, and it belongs to multiple communities online. The Twitter account is the only one where Melvin is identified as the handler. The other ones you do not know who is actually talking via those networks. So that's why I decided to use Twitter as a means of communication. So to begin the conversation with Melvin, I would ask him a question about travel. Comment on an article or a blog post that he tweeted. Or maybe share one of my own experiences about travel with him to start the conversation and to exchange ideas, thoughts, and suggestions about places we both have been. So these next 5 points that I found that I would tweet at Melvin were based off of my own travel experience and what travelers usually talk about, and different posts that he's posted online that I think that these would relate to. So any suggestions on how to backpack through Europe on a budget? What do you think about this article about traveling abroad? I noticed you have hiked a lot of mountains around the world. What is this one you would recommend the most? You have many suggestions for going abroad, but what about the United States? And finally, suggestions for someone who wants to make money traveling. Melvin does a great job at posting continuously on Twitter and on his other social media accounts. He retweets articles, photos, blogs from other people, and he actively tweets out his own articles and blogs from his website. However, the one thing that he could improve on is having communication with the community members directly. Even though he does retweet things, he doesn't have active conversations that are back and forth with individuals. By doing that, we'll only make the connection stronger with the community. And finally, I will talk to you about Ann Tran. So Ann Tran is a social media consultant, and she was listed in the Forbes top 10 social media influencers on Twitter. So to have a better conversation, I would probably use her Facebook account to interact with her, because after watching all her social media accounts, which include Twitter and Facebook, she has more conversations with individuals on Facebook than she does with Twitter. So to begin the conversation, I may connect and comment on an article that she posted about social media or ask her a question about social media marketing. Especially since I'm now studying in the field, it would be good to interact with a professional who has built her own business doing this. So my 5 posts, I've split them up between both Facebook and Twitter because she is active with both things. It would depend on how I want and what I want as an answer to my questions. So the first 3 are on Facebook. So being in social media marketing, what are your suggestions for someone who is just starting in the field? While traveling, how can someone stay on top of their company's social media marketing? And in your opinion, what is the most successful company on social media for consumer goods industry? Why? The Twitter accounts would be the following. Do you agree with this article? And finally, what is the best site to measure social media marketing metrics? So being a social media consultant, Anne does a great job at all of our social media accounts. She interacts by posting videos, articles, and photos. The one suggestion I have for her Facebook and Twitter is to post questions to the community to get them to interact more with each other and with herself. Although she does have conversations off of articles she posts, if she was to post questions, it may spark more of a debate and conversations. So I hope you learned a little bit something about the 3 influencers that I was following on social media, and thank you for listening to my presentation.